Hey guys, and welcome back to a minor production. So if you've been on the internet today, which I assume you have since you are watching this video, you would have seen that Taylor Swift wrote an open letter to Apple. They have a music streaming service that they've been working on. They have said that they are going to make the first 3 months of the service available for free, but during those 3 months, they weren't planning to compensate the artists for their music. But before I talk about that, I wanted to talk a little bit about my personal relationship with Taylor Swift and her music. I say as if I have a personal relationship with her. If you know me at all, you will know that I've been a Taylor Swift fan for a very long time. I've been a fan since before she was singing about fighting dragons. And I bet you didn't know she had a song about fighting dragons. I'll put a link in the description so you can go and educate yourself. In fact, I learned to play guitar by playing some of her songs off her first album, and I've been a fan since it wasn't even cool to be a Taylor Swift fan. Since she's released her latest album, it is of course like the world loves her because she's talking about feminism and she's making fun of herself, which she's been doing for a long time. One of the reasons I've been such a fan, when I was in high school, there weren't a lot of female celebrities my age who represented me. I don't really swear, I don't drink, I don't do any of those things. Not that I have anything against it, just personally not something I want to do. This was at a time where Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan were in the media a lot. Having an artist like Taylor Swift who wasn't in the tabloids for partying and drinking and going crazy was really refreshing. This is getting a bit deep and personal, so I feel sort of invested in anything Taylor Swift related, but that isn't what I wanted to talk about today. Last year was big news that she pulled her catalog from Spotify, which is another streaming service. Last I checked, it was not available in South Africa, which is very frustrating. She also wrote an op-ed piece saying how art is valuable and it should be paid for, which I completely agree with, because if you put time and effort and money into something and creating something, that should be rewarded. But I also come from the internet, where the policy is sort of everything is open. Downloading and sharing music has been around since Napster and has been a big reason that there's been such a decrease in sales in the music industry. But I don't necessarily think that sharing your music online for free is the worst thing in the world. There's so much music online that getting people to pay for your stuff, especially when you're starting out, is extremely difficult. I know this from experience. I think there have been huge success stories of people that have shared their music online for free or posted covers on YouTube and have been able to get fans that way. That being said, I think a good international streaming service is desperately needed, and I'm so glad that Apple is finally putting that in place. For artists that are already established or have a label wanting to make a return on their investment, they need to be compensated for their work. And as Taylor so succinctly puts it, art is valuable, and I'm happy to pay for good art. So after Taylor wrote this open letter, I'll put a link to it down below, less than 19 hours later, Apple changed their policy and said that they would pay the artist for those 3 months of the free trial. I'll link to some articles with more details. I think this is a huge turning point in the music industry, and a huge turning point for the relationship between celebrities and companies. This is massive. Having an artist write an open letter and less than a day later having this billion-dollar company change their policies. And honestly, I'm a little bit hesitant about the effects of this. It's a bit strange, and I'm not so sure how I feel about that. I can see something like this happening that isn't as positive. So those are my thoughts on the matter, but I want to know what you think. Please leave me a comment. This video has sort of been all over the place. Leave me a comment about your thoughts on anything that I've said in this video. Make sure you subscribe, and I promise there will be more music coming very, very soon, but I had to make this video today. Don't forget to share with your friends, because that really, really helps us out. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Last week I was scrolling through my Facebook newsfeed, as I do about 20 times a day, and I saw an article called Africa's Worst New Internet Censorship Law. In my head that screamed clickbait, but I'm very gullible, so I clicked it anyway.